Welcome to ACCA F2 Pilot Paper Part 2. This is a continuation from Part 1, where we looked at the recommended guidelines and approach, time management tips for the completion of the ACCA F2 paper. In this section we'll have a look at doing the 1-mark questions that appear on the paper, and these questions should be done first. We're aiming that we should complete the 1-mark questions in about 10 minutes. So having a look at the paper, this is the paper, and what we'll do is, when we get it, we'll have a look at the first 1-mark question. So you'll see that the marking of the paper, the marks on each is shown here like this. So the first of the 1-mark questions is question 2. Question 2, the following assertions relate to financial accounting and cost accounting. The main users of financial accounting information are external to the organisation. That is true. Cost accounting is that part of financial accounting which records the cash received and payments made by an organisation, which is not true. And so in this case it's only assertion 1 that is correct, so therefore the correct answer is B. So you need to do that one. Moving swiftly on, go to the next question. And the next one we come to is number 6. This is also a 1-mark question, so we'll have a look at this one. For which of the following is a profit centre manager responsible? So this is a question in relation to responsibility accounting, and the options are costs only, revenue only, costs and revenues. While profit results from revenue minus costs, and a profit centre manager is therefore responsible for both. So the correct answer here is C, costs and revenues. Moving on to the next 1-mark question, and the next one we come to, quite a ways down, is section number 15. The following statement relate to aspects of budget administration. Statement 1. An important task of a budget committee is to ensure that budgets are properly coordinated. This is absolutely true. Statement 2. A budget manual is a document produced at the end of the budget setting process. This is not correct. A budget manual, like any other manual, tells the participants in the budgeting process how to do the budget, and it provides guidelines. So therefore it's done at the outset of the process, not at the end. Which of the following is true? Statement 1, only statement 1 is correct. Moving on to the next question, the next 1-mark question. Scanning through, and we see that the next 1-mark question is question number 24. Okay, which one of the following is most likely to operate a system of service costing? A printing company, a hospital, or a firm of solicitors? So a printing company and a firm of solicitors will operate what's known as job costing. So B, a hospital is likely to operate a system of service costing. A and C operate job costing. Okay, so that's that one. We want to move on to the next question, the next 1-mark question, and the next one we come to is question number 28. In an organisation manufacturing a number of different products in one large factory, the rent of that factory is an example of a direct expense when costing a product. Is this statement true or false? Well, direct expenses are expenses that can be directly linked to a unit of product or service. The rent is not a direct expense because it cannot be linked. It is an example of an indirect expense. So therefore the correct answer here is B, false. Next 1-marker we come to is question 31. So question 31, the following statements refer to an organisation using job costing. Work is done to a customer's specification, which is usually the case. Work is usually completed within a relatively short period of time. This can be the case. Products manufactured tend to be all identical. And this is not the case. So that's okay. This one's not the case. Which two of these statements are correct? And the answer is A. Moving on to the next question. 34. When a manufacturing company operates a standard marginal costing system, there are no fixed production overhead variances. Is this statement true or false? Well, the statement is in fact false, because under marginal costing we have the fixed overhead expenditure variance. So it's not true to say that there are none. So moving on to the next one. That's number 38. Data is information that has been processed in such a way to be meaningful to recipients. On first reading this, it appears to make sense. However, looking at the way the question is written, data is information. That needs to be the other way around. 1, 2. Information is data that has been processed. Therefore, this is false. And it's a good example of the type of question that's asked. If you're to rush that question, it's very easy to get it wrong. So be careful and concentrate on the questions that you're being asked. Next one that we come to is question number 45. A semi-variable cost is one that, in the short term, remains the same over a given range of activity, but beyond that increases and then remains constant at the higher level of activity. Well, that's not what a semi-variable cost is, which looks like this. That's our semi-variable cost. So therefore, what's described is a step cost, or a step fixed cost. So therefore, it's false again. So moving on, 49 is the next one, and the last of the 1 mark questions. The following statement refers to quality of good information. The cost of producing information should be greater than the value of the benefits of that information to management. Clearly this makes no sense, because the cost of producing the information needs to be less than for the statement to be true. So 49 also is false. From this, you'll see that it's very important to read the questions carefully and to select the correct answer. You need to ensure that you're not rushing into this, and so that you select the correct one. If you are in doubt, you need to include a question on your answer paper and then note the question that you have a doubt about, so that you can return to it at a later stage. So once you've completed the 1 mark questions, it's now time to start at the 2 mark questions. And that's what we'll do in part 3 of this video. So please do join me then, where we will continue with the 2 mark questions. Thank you for watching.